What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we have something very special for you. Rimworld got an expansion today. Tyne and Sylvester didn't tell anybody this was happening. I've been playing on the Unstable branch now for the last week or so, getting ready to record a series, and I'm so glad that I didn't upload it and I kept putting it off. Because this dropped, and it basically, if I had released a video like 2 days ago about Rimworld, and then this had come out, I think I would have cried myself to sleep. So this is the royalty expansion. Effectively, it adds a king to the world that you load your colony onto, and you can now become beholden to him and do favors for him in order for your colonists to get titles and become more powerful and get psychic powers and stuff like that. Seems like it's going to be pretty cool, so let's start a new colony. There's 4 different starts that we can do right here. There's Crash Landed, there's the Lost Tribe, there's the Rich Explorer, and there's Naked Brutality. Crash Landed is the standard vanilla start out with 3 survivors that are all average and modern in their tech tree. They have reasonable gear, but nothing too crazy. Lost Tribe is basically the extended version of the game. If you've ever played Civ before, you know in Civ you can stretch out the timeline and make it so it's like a 1,000 turn game or like a 500 turn game or whatever. Consider the Lost Tribe the longest turn game you can possibly do. You start out with 5 tribal people that have no technology. They can only use bows and spears and hammers and rocks and things like that, and they work their way on up, and it takes them much longer to get caught up with the rest of the world. You can get there a little bit faster by looting other people's stuff, but by and large, they are kind of the slow play version of the game for people that really want to stretch out the experience and make it last as long as possible. You've got the Rich Explorer. You get one guy. He's got loads of money. He's got loads of gear. He's got all the cool stuff, but he's all by himself, so if he ends up getting like a kidney infection, he's going to die. You've also got Naked Brutality, which is you just naked and alone on a planet. That's it, just you naked alone on a planet. It's basically the hard mode. We're going to go to the scenario editor real fast. There is one event that kind of annoys me in this game, and I always disable it. I can play with it turned on, but like, it's just one of those incidents that bothers me, and you can call me a weenie for disabling it if you want, but it's the short circuit event. It just drives me up a wall. I don't like it. I don't like the short circuit event, so I always disable it. We've got our 3 storytellers over here. We've got Cassandra Classic. She is the standard difficulty. Her difficulty curve is the normal one by which all the other difficulty curves are judged. Adjusting the initial difficulty right here will make it so that curve starts higher or lower, but, you know, the curve will increase at a linear rate. Phoebe Chillax is the easy mode of the game. Her curve is very, very slow. It takes its sweet time, and the game does not get harder very rapidly. However, you can also adjust where you want that curve to begin, so you can actually have a Phoebe Chillax game that starts out really, really hard. It's just not going to increase in difficulty very fast as you go. And then you've got Randy Random. Randy Random throws all the rules out and does whatever the hell he wants. It doesn't matter with Randy Random. You might get like 10 really good events in a row that make the game super easy. You might get 10 events in a row that completely and totally wipe you out and eliminate your colony instantaneously. Or a mix and match of any of that. You never know with Randy Random. Today we're going to go with Cassandra on medium. I usually play on rough, but since there are going to be new people that may have never seen the game, I'm going to put it on the standard difficulty so that when they jump in, that's normally the spot where people start out with, and so they'll know that this is representative gameplay. Let's go ahead and generate our planet. I have a new nickname around my cat. I've got a new nickname around my household. It's not sticking very well. My wife is resisting it, but everyone is to refer to me inside the domicile that I dwell in because I have a mortgage now. I'm a homeowner, and inside my house, I've decided that as part of my mortgage privilege that I pay every single month, my nickname will be Cash Falcon. All right? And so we will make Planet Cash Falcon. Let's generate it. The world has been generated. Oh, there's new icons. Panopolis. So these are apparently imperial cities. What is that right there? That's a new symbol as well. That little red cave symbol. Cool. I'm excited about this, man. I've played a lot of Rimworld. Like, I know a lot of stuff about this game. It's one of those games that, like, I've dumped a considerable amount of hours into, and when they add new stuff to it in bulk like this, it just makes me feel like a little kid on Christmas morning. Let's find a spot where we want to start out. I usually like to be on a road. That tends to be what I prefer. And so we've got tropical rainforest down here. We've got, like, a arid shrubland over here. We've got a temperate forest on that side. It's not giving me my growing. There we go. That's what I needed. I need to know what my growing season was. Year-round will make the game kind of easy, in all honesty. So maybe we'll dip out south to do something a little bit more difficult. We've got a temperate forest and a temperate swamp down here, but with 2 big imperial cities. Yeah, let's go right here. What's the growing season? So we've got September to April, May. So we've got like a normal growing season, but then we'll have to deal with winter. Yeah, let's go right along the road right here. That sounds good. Okay, and so we've got to pick our colonists. Our first guy is Daiichi. Daiichi is really good with all kinds of stuff, but Daiichi loves herself some go-go juice. In general, I prefer to start out with people that don't have addictions. The big thing to avoid are people that have addictions. They will cause problems for you in the early game when you have no way to get access to the drugs that they need in order to keep going. And so they will do all kinds of crazy stuff while they are withdrawing that will make your life difficult. Let's see here. This guy is pretty decent. Decent constructor, 64 years old, which is a bit of a letdown, but no health conditions. We'll take him. We need somebody that's a decent doctor. We also need somebody that's kind of like mid-game heavy right here. So if I can find somebody that's like mid-grid heavy, that would be great. Like plants, animals, crafting, all that kind of stuff would be helpful. I like to have a very, very well-rounded group of survivors. Sometimes I'll just take randos, but this guy seems all right. 51 years old, cooking, a little bit of plants. Not really. How are you with plants? We don't have anybody that's a good grower. I would like somebody that is a shower when it comes to being a grower. How about that? This person is pretty good with plants and also pretty good at shooting. They're greedy and they're ugly. Apparently, it subtly repels people. One thing to take note of in this game is that these values are actually randomly generated, but they are modified by slight things. So one of the big things that determines how good somebody is how old they are. So, for example, you'll find that people that are like 70 years old tend to be really good at certain stuff. But then again, people that are like 16 have more potential for growth. Just kind of depends what you want to do. We'll take that person right there. We've also got a doctor right here. Although she's 83, that means there's a pretty good chance she's going to die of old age before. Like, there will be a chance that she will be dead of old age very quickly. However, this person works. We've got a weak professional doctor. Yeah, it sounds all right. We got a couple people that can fill in as doctors, worst case scenario. And they'll level up these skills as time goes along. So I think we're in a solid spot right now. I think we're kind of weak in combat, actually. Maybe we can get like a combat medic. She's actually not too bad. I think she could work out. She's got no construction skill, which is kind of a bummer, but like, at least she can shoot. She's a solid doctor. Not like an amazing doctor, but an okay doctor. She's good with animals too, so we could actually get some herds and stuff. She's got a passion for plants. I can live with it. Let's do it. You don't always have to have everything in order to play this game. Sometimes having gaps in your skill sets can actually work out really, really well to make an interesting playthrough. Because at the end of the day, this game is all about the story. The three of you awake in your crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to your escape pods before the ship is ripped apart. Sometime later, you land on an unknown Rimworld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall all around you, you start making plans to survive. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm able. I'm stoked. All right, so we've got, it's more or less flat land. There's not a whole lot going on over here, but we do have a lot of rich soil on that side, which is really rad. Going to enjoy that. Let's go ahead and we need to click on some of this stuff, and we need to enable it to be equipped and used. It looks like we spawned with a kitty named, oh, it's a monkey. Never mind. It kind of looked like a cat to me for a second. A kitty or a monkey, a kitty monkey, you know, a kunky named Mamie. I don't know what Mamie is short for, but its name is Mamie, okay? Just accept this, chat. Accept that our monkey has a weird name. All right, so we've got trees and things around. I think the first thing that I want to do is really kind of just get settled in. Let's go ahead and clear out some of the trees over here. We'll get ourselves some starting wood in order to get moving, and while they work on that, we'll arrange all of our priorities. I usually recommend that people put patient, firefight, bed rest, all that stuff on top priority just in case. It can also be useful to have like a basic, like flicking switches and things put right there. We don't have anybody that's a really good warden, so we'll kind of have other people fill in the best that we can. In fact, our social skills are more or less non-existent. Should be an interesting modifier to our adventure. As far as doctors go, we'll put you guys on doctoring. We've got constructors. I'm going to put everybody on constructing because why not? We've got people on growing as well. I'm going to have them all on that. We'll put like one extra person on that. We'll put everybody on plant cutting. You go down to right there. You go down to right there. Hauling, cleaning, research. Yeah, sounds good. And then as far as our restrictions go, we want to make sure people have a couple hours of recreation first thing in the morning. I usually do away with sleep in order to get that done. And then we can just copy and paste these priorities down. I don't think we have any night owls or anything, so we should be all right. We've got a lot of weaknesses in this colony starting out. We got some things that we're going to be working around, but I'm okay with that. I don't like it when things go too smoothly in Rimworld. I like it when there's random little hang-ups and issues. We'll put that right there. We'll put that right there. We'll scoot it over. We'll scoot it over a little bit. And we'll go right there. Looks good to me. We'll leave that space for a door right there, a door right there, and a door right there. And then we will tell them to install some wooden floors because people like to pad foot around when it comes to a custom crafted artisanal floors, okay? This is also an opportunity for them to learn to build. A lot of my guys have very low construction skill, so the more things that we construct, the better they're going to get at that ability. And frankly, they're going to need all of the skill points they can possibly get because this is going to be a long run with a lot of things happening. Skills developing, firearms being shot, craziness occurring. They've got that up and running. They're now installing the roofs on all of these buildings as well. The roof may not be on fire, but because it's made out of wood, there's a good chance it will be at some point when somebody inevitably tries to firebomb us. Haul this stuff out of the rooms. We want to get sleeping chambers done, otherwise they get kind of finicky about sleeping on floors. I know the feeling. I get finicky about it too. I understand completely. Let's make a dumping stockpile zone. We will just throw that randomly over there so that it's out of the way. And then we also need to build another structure to function as our main stockpile for right now. I'm going to take this back right here. We're going to make a big old building on this side. Big old building that we can put all of our stuff and our quantities in. Looks good to me. We'll go ahead and throw in some flows too. There we go, some mad flows out here. I don't think we have a lot of wood left, and so we may also need to harvest off a bit more wood in order to make this a very satisfying experience. So you guys chop down trees where necessary in order to get the building materials we need in order to make this happen. Hopefully they'll get better at botany and plant cutting and all that stuff as time goes along. We don't really need to get all of our stuff buttoned up and put inside just yet, so it's really not that big of a problem if they don't finish this building tonight. Really, I'm just coming up with random stuff for them to do in order to level up their construction. I'd also like, so with anybody that's good at shooting, you're okay at shooting, so you take the revolver. You're a little bit better at it, so you take that too. And then Masao, you're our only guy that has okay melee, so you grab all those goodies right there, too. Do you have a gun? Did you pick up a gun? You got the bolt-action rifle. You don't have anything? Oh, you have no skills at anything. Ugh. Okay, Masao, you go get the revolver. And then I guess you can pick up the plasteel knife. Oh, bearer of non-skills. Hopefully you become useful in other ways. That's all we can hope for right now. Okay. Our secondary jobs are done. That means it's time for us to set up some stockpiles. Let's go ahead and we're going to stockpile right here. And this is actually going to be a special stockpile. Actually, no, we'll just do a big stockpile for everything. I'm being lazy. There we go. Let's fully lean into the Cash Falcon moniker and just be really, really lazy out here. This will be a storage space for just about everything. You want to clean the rocks out of people's bedrooms and the rocks out of people's work areas. They get grumpy about it if there's rocks in the room because it makes the room, like, hideously ugly. The rooms are already not that sexy. And so the next thing we need to do is we need to set up some grow zones so that we have crops. We need to start building up some dinner sundries. So that's going to be a rice field right there. We'll probably go with like some kind of little crop field right there and right there. We'll figure them out as time goes along and we'll decide what they're going to be. But for now, no biggie. This guy right here, this is going to be a rice field. This right here is going to be for cotton. There we go. This right here is going to be for, I don't think we have anybody. Oh, we do have somebody that can do heel root. Nice. Okay, we'll do heel root right there. We'll do padirters right there. And then we'll do just like a little... can I do smoke leaf? Let's do some smoke leaf. Smoke leaf's always good. Smoke leaf's nice. It's basically marijuana. It gives people mood boosts and stuff like that. So I would recommend maybe getting like a little smoke leaf production. If you can get your hydroponics rocking, you know, you can get that killer hydro. It makes people happy. It also makes really good trade fodder for when caravans come through. So if you get caravans that come through, you can be like, hey, would you like to buy like 50 pounds of weed? And they will almost always say yes and give you large amounts of money for it. I pretty much almost exclusively barter and trade using my super sexy smoke leaf. I would also suggest we set up some kind of recreation, like a horseshoe pin. That sounds good. Do a horseshoe pin. Yeah, somebody go do that so that in the morning you can all play horseshoes and feel better. Everybody's recreation is looking a little bit low. If you don't know where to check that, you go to needs right here. Everybody's trending pretty sharply downwards right now. But after they get rested up, they should be all right. Hopefully in the morning, they get all this fixed. We are, after all, recreation starved right now, which has given us like a -20. I think they added new music to the game, too. I don't recognize this soundtrack. I've played a lot of Rimworld, and I don't think this song has ever come up. We got shallow water right there. I may actually pump that out a little bit later and see what I can do with it. How's construction going on all you guys? Are you guys getting better at it? Have you guys all hit like construction 1? At least? You hit construction 1. You got an 8 in construction. You're kind of a constructing god, in all honesty. I'll probably specialize a little bit later to make construction work a little bit better. There you go. Recreate. Recreate for me, baby. Recreate for me. Some of you guys are just, you know, you're not recreated enough. You need to get out. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. The next thing you know, you're hacking down a door. You're chasing your wife with a fire axe. You go full Mel Gibson. Like, you never know. And really what I try to avoid in my life, especially in my marriage, is going full Mel Gibson. The real problem we're going to run into with this map is actually... The problem we're going to run into is that it's wide open. That's going to make us a sitting duck for mortar attacks. That's why some people like to dig into the mountains and whatnot. Oh, we've got a visitor. Nice. We've got an involuntary hermit from the Alliance of Kaizokam is visiting. Their name is Riesling Bacchus. Nice. Perfect. Looks good. And we've got all of our planting jobs done, so now really all there is to take care of is stockpiling. And so we'll figure out how much stuff we have very, very shortly. These plants, this rice is going to grow very, very quickly. It should supply us, especially on rich soil. We should end up with a pretty solid amount of goodies. Everybody feel free to go to bed, do your thing. Everybody relax. How many meals do I have left? 28, dude. We are solidly in the black right now. We're okay. We don't have to worry about anything. We're going to live forever, chat. We're going to live forever. And we got some iron up there. I kind of wanted to get some stone cut. Let's look into our production and we'll start setting up some things for tomorrow. So I've got like a butcher table right here. Actually, we'll put the butcher table somewhere else. I need to make a refrigerator. And so we're going to make a fridge. And the fridge is just going to kind of be over here. And I do have a plan for this fridge. We want it to be double-walled, if we can, just to kind of hold it. It might be a little too large like this, actually. We might want to make this smaller. There we go. That works. And then we'll just cancel this right here. Perfect. And then we'll put in a door on that side, and this will be our fridge. And we'll put in a little vent over here so that we can get this nice and cool. In fact, I think we can do that right now. We'll put in a vent like right... Put in a vent right there, an event right there, and then really we need a cooler that goes that way. Both the hot and cold sides of the cooler need to be... Oh, I had a plan. The plan did not work. I wanted to test something new, and we want to put in a cooler right there. We want to put in a cooler right there, just to keep it nice and frigid inside of there. While we're doing cooler installations, we should probably do a cooler installation right there. Put a vent in right there and a vent in right there. What I do want to do, though, is I don't want you guys to construct. You guys don't construct today. I don't want you guys to botch this and waste my components. Components are an important part of machinery in this game, and if they get wasted, they can be hard to replace and leave you in a really bad situation. And so we'll make our little refrigerator down here. Once our refrigerator's made, things should be a little bit easier. And we'll just make this all concrete down in here. There's no reason not to. We've got a quest available, an Anxious Duchess. A new quest has been available. We can view it on the world map. So, Kairatza Asanatis, a Duchess of the Empire of Spirit, is calling from nearby. She's being followed by an angry Yorkshire Terrier. She wanted to see the landscape on a quick walk and never expected a deadly threat. She wants you to keep her safe at the colony for a few hours until her shuttle can come pick her up. She promises not to be offended by your body odors or a lack of manners. She will give you 8 royal favor in return. So apparently this is enough favor to give us the royal title of Yeoman and all benefits that come with it, including a psychic amplifier that gives psychic abilities. Be warned, those with titles become haughty and needy. We'll wait on that one for right now. I want to wait till we're a little bit better set up. But it's cool to see the new content cresting so early. It's nice to see them offering that to us, like, really, really early on in the game. The rest of you, go gather for me, would you? Go gather for me, would you, did you? And then aside from that, I'm also going to need some power solutions. We got a wood-fired generator over here. The good news is we live inside of a forest, so I don't think we're ever going to be hurting for wood. I think we should be all right. There's our first cooler down. Very nice. He's basically going to be building all day today, and hopefully they'll be gathering wood and making his job easy for later on. Our fridge might be too small. On second thought, we may have kind of gone in on our fridge being tiny. It's okay. We can always expand it later. Put in concrete over here. And we can always deactivate these depending on how much coldness we need. If we end up actually only needing one cooler, we'll fill in that wall and we'll reclaim the parts from this guy right here. Wood-fired generator is ready to rock. We've got that all ready to go. He's building the vents, which is very, very nice. My suggestion would be that we also build some furniture inside these rooms. So I would give a dresser to each person. After giving a dresser, I would also give a... not a big table. Like a small table would work better. Can I get like a little table around somewhere? I guess a 1x2 will work. Yeah, let's go 1x2 tables inside each of these. And then we will put in a dining chair on each of those. Perfect. I'm trying to make these guys comfortable. I want them to have a nice little set of buffs for when they're just kind of hanging out, spending time doing what they do. This is also giving him a really nice opportunity to level up his construction. It looks like he'll probably actually hit level 9 off of this. He'll become a solid professional after an employable professional, which is where he is right now. It's a normal quality. It's a poor quality table. Sucks. I was hoping he would do a little bit better with that stuff. You do get passive beauty bonuses for like how much stuff is in the room and how like happy it makes them feel. It's normal quality right there. They also can eat at a table right now. This is a very important factor that I think a lot of new players overlook with Rimworld. You get like a flat bonus to your mood for eating at a table. Like, so let's see here. Somebody ate at a table. Who ate at a table? Well, they didn't get a debuff, okay? They get a debuff for the rest of the day if they eat without a table. I thought somebody ate at a table, unfortunately. Now, we've got a spacious room. That's looking good. This person's in minor pain, which kind of sucks. But that's because they have old wounds from previous fights that are still causing problems for them. We've got more visitors. Nice. People can swing on through and say what's up. I'm going to get rid of this stuff right here. We need to haul that, and we need to haul that out to the trash dump. And then this area right here, nope, not a growing zone, a stockpile zone. Perfect. Actually, you can, yeah, expand that out. Do what you're going to do. This guy right here, it's going to be for foods. And so really we want to get rid of manufactured. We want to get rid of pretty much everything inside of here. But we do want animal corpses. And then inside of raw resources, we want plant matter as well. So all food, plant, basically everything that deteriorates due to just having poor temperature controls will go inside of that little room right there. Casey, what's up with your... why aren't you recreating? This concerns me. Why are you still working during recreation hours? Oh, you're maxed out on recreation. Okay, that explains it. That little question mark right there means that that guy can be traded with. We don't really have anything to trade right now, but we do have somebody who's a solid carpenter, so it might not be the worst idea to sort of like make some extra furniture. Like that chair right there is worth 75 bucks, you know, and we whittled it very, very quickly. This good quality dresser right here is worth 80 bucks, and they build really, really fast, and we can just offload that into our little stockpile over here. Pretty soon, everybody should be happy with their setup. The other thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to roof this area because I wanted that to not be in the sun all day, every day. And so we'll kind of build like a little overhang that goes off the side of the building over here. We'll also make this covered just in case we get nuclear fallout. I don't think we will get nuclear fallout, but in case we do, we'll already be set up for it. We'll kind of make a little roof area over here. There we go. Looks good. So they should build roofs from that. We've got to name our village now. That's a really, really long name. I think instead it should be Masau's Marauders. And then our town will be called Takumiville. Perfect. Done. Unfortunately, Casey didn't get named anything after him, but, you know, he's the younger Affleck. Nobody cares about him. You know, like, what were you in? You know what I mean? You're like Ocean's 11. Like, wasn't Casey Affleck, wasn't he in the town for like a minute too? I mean, really, do we care? Do we care about Casey Affleck? We're all about Ben around here. I think that's a decision that we can solidly make. Is that a tiny bit offensive? Yes, absolutely. Is it not super inclusive? Sure, absolutely. I'm willing to agree with that. Oh, Pelaine gave us a bow. Cool. Well, that means that whoever's running around with a knife right now doesn't have to have a knife anymore. Go equip the short bow. Nice. What are we doing on food? Food is diminishing. But our rice crop's going to be coming in pretty soon, so that'll fix a lot of problems as well. Let's get started with our production buildings. So I'd like to have a butcher table. I usually keep the butcher table, like, outside. I know it gets a debuff for being outside. I don't really care. I still keep it outside because it gets everything dirty. We can do an electric stove inside of here to help people cook. And then I would like to have a stonecutter's table. Well, we won't go with a stonecutter's table for right now. I don't think we need that. But I do think it's a good idea that we have an electric tailor's bench inside of here. It's going to use up some of our storage space, but why worry about it? And then as far as furniture goes, you always want to have some kind of sitting object in front of all your workbenches because it makes them work faster. So we'll do that right there. I mean, technically, I could put a wall in right here, and this could count as being indoors. We could just have one big complex building, I suppose, and that would get rid of the debuff. Let's do it. Why not? There. We'll just have like a big blob compound. We'll have a big old disgusting biscotti looking base. I don't know if these are going to grow in time for the winter season. They're growing pretty fast though, so there's a chance. There's a decent chance. And we'll send some people out to hunt too so that they can level up their shooting as well. Oh, there's a thrumbo here. It's too bad we're not good at killing thrumbos. So a thrumbo, these are majestic animals right here, and if you kill one, they have a horn that's worth like an insane amount of money. Like, they've got a horn that you can sell off to, like, random trophy guys for a bunch of skrillzes. Oh, we're all out of steel. That's a bummer. I was going to say, why aren't we building that other vent right there? Well, I suppose I don't want to do this early in the game, but it looks like we're going to have to mine for a little bit. Mine, boys, mine for the taking, we'll dig, boys. Give me some steel, 'cause it grows in the walls inexplicably. Actually, it looks like somebody here's a pretty good miner. Who's good at mining? I was going to say, I was expecting mining to take forever, and instead, our little dudes are, like, killing it right now at mining. Good for you guys. Good for you guys being all good at your jobs and stuff. Look at you over here exceeding expectations. Man. Oh, there's the ass outlaws are raiding us. Is he good? Do I want to capture him? He is pretty decent. Maybe I'll capture him. He's not good, but he's not bad either. We do need another warrior, but we don't have anybody that's social. Let's make some jail cells. Perfetto. Are they attacking immediately, or are they dithering for a little bit before they hit me? Looks like they're dithering for a little while. That's probably a good thing. My chances of capturing that guy are pretty slim. Oh, we don't have any wood. Never mind. Alright, well, line up for the battle, everybody. Hopefully you guys accidentally land a hit on him before he gets here. Ow, you guys are actually shredding that guy. Not bad, dude. If nothing else, we got our practice in shooting a guy in the face. I would have liked to have captured him. We could have used a warrior, but we don't have any wood left. I used it all up on furniture. Way she goes. Sometimes you gotta live in lavish luxury. Oh yeah, somebody strip him of his clothes before he dies. Always strip these guys of their clothing before they die. The reason being is if they die in their clothing, none of your colonists want to wear clothes that were worn by a dead guy. They get kind of offended about it, and so you want to strip them before they bleed out. This guy's got 6 hours until he's dead. Probably could have timed that a little bit better to capture this dude. I would have liked to have brought this guy into the fold. He has... Oh, he's a nudist, but he attacked us wearing clothing. Curious. Curious. Alright, so they're playing horseshoes next to the dead guy because people in Rimworld are absolute savages, in case you didn't know. They are some pretty hardcore dudes. Actually, I can put everybody back on constructing now, too, that we got all the complicated stuff done. There you go. Good news is the grave has been dug, so we can, like, bury the dead guy. Yeah, so go bury him over there. You take a passive mood debuff every single time that you walk past a dead guy. So do yourself a favor and try not to walk past dead guys if you can. I know, just a general rule for life from me to you. Don't walk past dead guys. We're going to run that up to there. We're going to have to put in a cooling unit over here, too, for the prisoners, but that can be something that we worry about a little bit later. We haven't taken any traders yet. I'd like to spend this initial chunk of money just on componentry. We only have a little bit of steel left, too, so hopefully they don't mess up. Hopefully they don't mess up the construction too much. Good. So now we want to add a work order over here for a simple meal. And then we're just going to have them do that until we have like 20 of them. Sounds good to me. Simple meals only require one constituent part. Fine meals require two, one meat portion and one vegetable portion or fruit portion. And then the lavish meals are just absurdly decadent. The lavish meals are a considerable amount of food. Hopefully somebody's set up to cook. It looks like we are. We actually forgot to disable food over here, too. So we want to disable food. We want to disable plant matter right there. All good. This is Rimworld Royalty. I hope you guys enjoyed the play. If you want to see more, make sure you leave a like on the video. Be very, very loud about it in the comments because secretly I would love to do this. If nothing else, I will be streaming this game for the next week or so on Twitch TV/SplatterCatGaming. So if you wanted to get your fix through there, you absolutely can. Swing on through. Throw out a follow. Check out the Discord down below in the description. And other than that, I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for being here. How you do, everybody?